Last subject that I want to touch upon is flipping and the economics of flipping. Because again, this seems to be a very, very lucrative subject where you can make a lot of money in real estate. So, sir, can you please help me understand what exactly is house flipping and how can somebody maximize their returns using flipping?
You have to define flipping for me. There is a definition of flipping as per the Western world, and there is a definition of flipping as per a normal audience.
Normal audience.
So, normal audience flipping is, there are two ways you can look at it. One is, once again, you get into a pre-launch property. You buy the property with the developer at a price which is in a nascent stage. You go through the journey of the developer along with yourself, and when the building is ready, you sell the property. That is the developer style of flipping. Okay, where you are an investor, you are riding the wave along with the developer. The second type of flipping is you take a property which is dilapidated, the worst property in the best neighborhood, and you renovate it, you fix it, you stage it, you bring it out in the market, and then you sell it at an X plus percentage profit.
Got it.
These are the two ways.
So let's look at the first scenario, which is you ride the wave with the developer. So can you help me understand with minimum capital, how can I maximize my returns? Let's talk about an area like Andheri West.
So minimum capital that you need to invest in Andheri West is, for a one bedroom, you're looking at around 1.35 to 1.5 crores bare basic price.
Okay, let's take 1.5 crores.
1.5 crores. Flipping in a one bedroom is not recommended. You go into a two bedroom or a three bedroom apartment because that's where majority of the demand is. That's where majority of the people are buying. That's where families are, and that's where you have combined income of families,
Got it.
where the husband and the wife are making money together.
Got it. Let's take a 3 BHK apartment.
So you have a three bedroom apartment in Andheri. You can look at an average price of around 3.5 crores. All right. You have to have a down payment of at least 30% ready with you, which is money which is going to be blocked in real estate. And once again, real estate is not a liquid asset, it is an illiquid asset. So you come into the developer, you tell the developer that you are asking, say, 3.5 crores for the property at this point of time, in the hope that you will be selling this property for at least 5 crores, where you get 50% return over a period of 3 to 5 years through the journey of the property. You have to negotiate at least 10 to 15% with the developer from the beginning itself. So you recover your first year's income, your returns, which is going to go in your taxes, 11% to 15%. You have to negotiate that with the developer already in advance.
Got it.
So something which is at 3.5 crores, you have to get it at 3 crores. Then you have to pay the money over a period of 3 years as per the progress of the project. Now, when you are selling it, there are two ways you can sell it. One is you take the property and put it into the pool of the developers, and you ask the developer, please sell this for me also. The second way is you independently try to sell it. The pricing that you have to be has to be at par with what the developer is selling or slightly less than what the developer is selling. Considering that the developer still has any properties left for sale at that point of time. If the developer doesn't have any properties to sell at that point of time, then you are sitting on a golden pot. If the building is good, the demand is good, then you can probably demand a good hefty premium on your price also. And you have a base price to go off. Say if the developer at that point of time is selling the 3.5 crores property for 5 crores, then you know that you cannot sell and you should not sell below 5 crores.
Got it. Understood. So how would the math work out? Let's say I negotiate with the developer to bring him down from 3.5 crores to 3 crores. 30% will be my capital. So I'll put in 1 crore rupees, rest will be loan.
Correct.
So can you walk me through the economics of it?
The loan you will get at around 8%. EMIs, your monthly loan payments is disbursed on the amount of money that has been disbursed to the developer. So as and when more and more money is going to go to the developer, more and more money is going to go from your EMI. Now, if you are thinking of taking a loan, then you have to understand that you are too invested into the property. This is going to go into your discretionary income, into your savings. I would not recommend you to invest into a property if you do not have a corpus ready. If you are planning to take a loan, then try to go into some sort of a subvention scheme. A subvention scheme is where you get a payment plan, which is staggered over a period of time. This could be a certain percentage paid in one shot in 1 year, or this could be a certain percentage paid now and certain percentage paid at the time of the possession of the property, at the time of when the building is done.
Can you explain this in this context with an example and number, sir?
So say if your property is say 1 crore, the developer sometimes themselves give you a payment plan. They will say pay 20% now, register your property and pay 80% at the time of possession. Don't pay me anything. Now, if you are getting into something of that sort, your chances of flipping the property at the end is more because you are only invested of up to 20%, 30% or 40%, max 50%. They can't take more than certain amount as per RERA rules anyways. So you can sit down with the developer and negotiate this aspect. The more money you give as a down payment to the developer at an early stage, the more inclined he is to give you a discount. So this is an extremely important bargaining tool from the buyer's aspect. And then you can also tell them that I will pay you the balance at the end. Now, if the developer, there is a thin line that you have to walk in here. A developer which has a reputation, who will give you the return at the end of the money that you want, will probably have enough money in the bank that he will not want to sell at a cheaper price. So there you have to sit down and negotiate strongly. You have to incentivize the developer to take that additional money so that you are also not putting in too much money and at the same time you are not too much invested into the property.
How do I incentivize the developer?
You can be a part of the developer's investment journey for a longer period of time. He doesn't have just one project. He has multiple projects. You can get into a agreement with the developer saying that I will be an investor with you for a certain period of time for 5 years, 7 years, 8 years, 10 years. If you are wanting to do this on a long-term basis, then this is one way that you can tell the developer, if you make me money and if we are doing this successfully, then I will reinvest the money that I'm selling once the building is done with you only. The principal I will reinvest with you, and whatever is the additional that I get, my profits, I can kind of invest maybe in 2 projects with you. Maybe I can take a little bit of that, invest it into the markets, play around with it a little bit and see that my certain part of my profits is liquid and certain part of my profit I can reinvest with you. So the developer also has an incentive. I have an investor ready in my pool of people who I can pitch the property at the time of launch.
Got it. Understood. So in the context of this 3 crore property, 1 crore is what I will put from my pocket. The rest of it, you're saying that if you have a corpus, you should not take a loan?
Ideally, do not take a loan. Try to negotiate on the payment terms.
Got it. So for this 3 crore property, what would be the ideal payment term that I should come to?
I would say pay 50% now and 50% at the time of possession.
That's it.
Simple. I will give you 1.5 crores right now and I will give you 1.5 crores at the time of possession. You can also negotiate with the developer and say that I'll give you 1.5 crores. If you want to put, the developer will ask you more money. He will say, if I'm locking myself in for such a long period of time, I need more money. So as much as you can give, as long as the developer is reputed and everything falls within the RERA guidelines, within the government guidelines, you continue with the developer. So this is how you incentivize the developer so that you also are not, but then once again, you need to have that much amount of corpus. If you have that much amount of money, you can sit down and negotiate with them. This is only in the case of an under construction project. This cannot be done in a ready to move in because he's anyway sitting on gold.
In case if I don't have 1.5 crores to pay upfront and I have to go with the loan payment plan, let's say I take 1 crore out of my corpus, pay to the builder, and then I have to take a loan. Then what should be my ideal structure?
Be ready to compromise.
As in what, sir?
See, in Mumbai, people, for real estate, in Mumbai, the mantra usually that people use is location, location, location. I have been saying this from day one to all of my clients, all of my sellers, everyone I say. The mantra for Mumbai real estate is compromise, compromise, compromise.
Okay.
You have to compromise with what your wallet can buy you. So if you are in a situation where you are planning to take a loan, you are setting yourself up for failure. I myself don't believe in loans. At 8.5% interest with a 2 to 3% return, why do you want to pay 5 to 5.5% out of your own pocket? Almost 6 to 5.5% out of your own pocket makes no sense. There is no financial sensibility to that. So compromise. Go into those areas which are now upcoming. Going back to the original part, you have those infrastructure in Mumbai which is coming up the ceiling. Go to that side, put your money over there and forget about it for the next decade.
Yeah. Understood, sir. Hi guys, if you loved watching this clip and if you want to do a deep dive into the podcast, we've mentioned the link in the description. So click that link, watch that podcast and take notes. Thank you for watching and subscribe for more clips.